Hey guys, welcome back. So as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm gonna be doing my makeup using old, outdated makeup products. So I was just going through my makeup and I realized that I have a lot of oldish makeup that is still in great condition, and obviously a lot of people don't mention them anymore. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how you can use old makeup and still get a nice makeup look. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how you can use old makeup and still have a good makeup look. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so for the first product that I'm gonna be using, it's gonna be the Beauty Blender Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. This is a very old foundation. Not very old, but fairly old. I want to say maybe like 2 years or maybe more. So I used to love this foundation and I don't know why I stopped using it. I'm in the shade 1.40. I want to say it's either my perfect shade or it might be a little darker. Okay, so it looks like it's my shade. And it looks like it covers well. On the little packaging or the bottle, it doesn't say if it's full or medium coverage. But I'm gonna guess is medium because I could still see some of my imperfections. I think it's crazy how we buy all these makeup products and then we eventually forget that we have them, and then when we use them again you see how good they were. But of course new makeup comes out and that's what makes you kind of just forget about it. And again, in this video you guys might hear baby noises or baby toys because I have baby here with me and he's just watching me doing my makeup. Yeah, are you watching? Yeah, you're watching. Alright, I'm gonna move on to concealers. I actually had a lot of options because I had a lot of older concealers. I know which ones I'm gonna use, but I just wanted to mention a few that I had and that I used to wear a lot. So I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. This used to be my all-time favorite concealer. This was like my go-to concealer, basically like the tape shape, Tarte Shape Tape. Next is by Maybelline again, the Superstay Better Skin Camouflage Plus Corrector, which is this one. I used to love this one too. And then this one's by Tarte also, and it says creaseless something. I can't see the letters, but it's this one right here. This one's more of like a thicker consistency and like very hydrating. So the two concealers that I'm going to be using is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Almond. And the other one is by Makeup Revolution, the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. And this one's in the shade C1. So the reason why I'm using both of these is because the Too Faced one is a little dark, and to balance that out I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution one, which is a little lighter. So I'm just going to apply that a little bit here. Now I remember the Makeup Revolution concealer was very popular when it came out, but as far as I can remember I don't recall using this one a lot. I believe I just maybe reviewed it on a video or used it on a video, but I don't think I ever went back to it. And the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, I remember I didn't use this because I got it in the wrong shade, so I didn't bother getting it in another shade, so I really never used it. But since I found these two, I figured why not combine them. So I'm actually going to go in with the Morphe G34 brush and blend this concealer. This combination of concealers is actually blending out very smoothly and very effortless. And they covered my under eye circles well too. Alright, next I do want to do cream contour, and one of the products that I want to use is this Tarte's Pro Glow Tarte palette. Again, I had a lot of options as far as contour shades, but I figured I would use this one because it looks like the perfect cool tone shade. And I'm just gonna grab a foundation brush and kind of just dip my brush in there, and that shade is called Shade. And then I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Blender and obviously blend it out a little bit more. But this is actually a beautiful shade and it's blending out very, very easily. Before I go in with anything else, I'm gonna set my under eye concealer. And I have these 3 powders from Makeup Revolution. So I'm going to probably mix this too because I don't want lace to be a little darker. Alright, so lace is giving me a tiny bit of a darker tone than like my foundation. Just a tiny bit darker. You probably won't be able to tell on camera. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Ghost, which is a white powder, to kind of give me a little more brightness. So I thought Ghost was gonna give me like a white cast, but it's actually not. And when these powders first came out, I don't remember using them like that. I believe the only shade I used was probably Ghost, and then after that I don't remember ever using it again. I honestly don't remember my thoughts on it or if I liked it or not, but we're gonna see. So far, it's making my skin look very, very smooth. And I'm just gonna go in with a brush and brush off that excess powder. All right, so far it's looking pretty good. So next I wanna go in with bronzer. And one of my old-time favorite shimmer bronzers are from Rimmel London, the Radiance Brick. And I have them in the shade 02 and 01. So 01 is light and 02 is medium. They're pretty close in shades, but I'm gonna go in with 01. Just gonna swirl and just very liberally apply that all over the face. It does give like a tiny bit of, not even highlight, it's just shimmer, but it's not, like I said, it's not blinding. So next I'm gonna move on to eyebrows, and I'm gonna be using this one from, I believe it's L'Oreal. You guys can tell it's very, very old because all of the lettering is literally like gone. And I can't see what shade, what brand, but I have a feeling it's from L'Oreal. And I want to say it's in the shade Blonde. And I'm just gonna fill in my eyebrows. Not anything specific. If you guys have watched my videos, you guys know eyebrows are my least favorite thing to do. On a regular basis, I will just do like I'll just brush them through with like a brow tinted gel or something, and that's pretty much all I will do. And obviously, like I told you guys, I still use this pencil, but it's very, very old, and I think it's a really good eyebrow pencil. All right, so I do want to contour a little bit, and I'm going to be using the Morphe 9C palette. This little palette is so old, but I still had it in my makeup box, and I figured I would use this one. I believe I used it just a few times, not a lot really, but I'm gonna be using this shade right here to define my cheekbones just a tiny bit. Alright guys, I'm back. I had to take a quick mom break. I'm gonna move on to eyeshadows. I have 3 eyeshadow palettes that I'm considering. Obviously there was a bunch of eyeshadow palettes that were old and I kind of want to use them all, but obviously I can't use them all. So the top 3 that I feel like I'm gonna gravitate to is Life's a Drag by Manny MUA, Sophie Times Makeup Revolution, and the Quintessential Palette by Ace Beaut. So I am gonna go in with this palette first, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Patchouli, which is this one right over here. So basically the purpose of this video is to show you guys that you don't always have to have like the latest stuff in makeup. Obviously, it's always nice to try out new products and see if you have like a new favorite. But like I said, you don't always have to have the latest stuff in makeup to have a nice makeup look. You literally could probably look into your makeup drawer and see and check the makeup that you have right now, and it would work perfectly fine. And don't get me wrong, I am all for getting the latest stuff in makeup, but this is for the people out there that don't always have the money to splurge on new makeup, which I totally understand there. Next shade I'm gonna use is Cookie Dough from the Makeup Revolution x Sophie palette. And it's this brownish shade right here. I remember using this palette, I believe, once. I do remember liking it. This is a very beautiful brownish shade. I'm gonna change it up a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Flakes, which is this green, light greenish shade right here. And I'm just gonna play around. I have no idea how that's gonna come out, but so I went in way too heavy for my liking on this eye. Alright, I'm just gonna add a little bit more on this eye because as much as I try and blend this part out, or this eye, it's still looking a little darker. So I'm just gonna add to this eye. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I know it looks a little messy, but we're gonna try and fix that. So with a different brush, I'm gonna go in with Running Late, which is this shade right here. And I'm actually just gonna run that all over what we just did to maybe tone it down a little bit. Alright guys, I'm actually gonna go over with Cheesecake, which is like a burgundy shade. And I'm actually gonna go over that dark because I'm not super convinced on keeping it. So I'm just trying to see if it will create like a purplish look. I'm gonna go in with Enchanted, which is a purplish shade right here. Just going to clean up. Alright guys, so my camera stopped again and I don't know where it left off, but I cleaned up my eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna go in with Romance, which is this like pinkish purplish shade, and I'm just applying that all over the lid. That shade actually looks really pretty. I'm gonna move on to eyelashes, and I'm gonna be using the Wispies by Ardell. So I'm just gonna apply the eyelashes off camera and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have applied the lashes. After I applied my lashes, I did go in with my trusty old CoverGirl Lash Blush Volume Mascara. Now you guys know I've been using this mascara since forever, and I'm actually gonna move on to blush. So the palette I'm gonna be using is from Morphe, and it's their 9B palette. I've been having this forever. So I'm gonna go in with this middle shade right here and this pinkish mauvish shade right here. Alright guys, so I did my lips off camera, and the two products that I used were this NYX lip liner in the shade Peekaboo Neutral, and then on top of that I went in with this NYX matte lipstick, I believe it is, from their lingerie line in the shade Bedtime Flirt, which is this pinkish shade. Both of these shades are like pinkish tonish neutral shades, if you guys can see. But yeah guys, so that actually completes this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me. I actually liked how it ended up coming out. I thought it was gonna be a bit of a disaster since I was having trouble with that dark shade and blending it out, but it actually came out pretty nice. So if you guys liked watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe if you guys want to see more videos from me. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.